Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing my weekly review for this week's episode of The Walking Dead Season 8. This is for episode 7. It's called Time for After. If you guys haven't entered yet, I'm giving away one last t-shirt in this video today. So all you have to do to enter the giveaway, it's a Negan shirt to have a smashing holiday with Lucille and lights. And I showed it before, but yeah, just one last one. I've given away the others already. And you can enter that by just basically being subscribed to the channel and leaving a comment in the comment section below. So maybe what your favorite scene of the episode was, what you enjoyed about the episode, what you thought about the episode. You can just leave any kind of comment below, and I'll randomly pick from one of them to give away the last shirt. So this week's episode was a little bit mixed for me, but certainly the ending of the episode was fantastic. So about halfway through, I'm watching this and I'm like, oh man, like when are they going to do something? Because the first half of the episode was for sure a bit slow, and it didn't seem like we were going to see too much happen. But the last few scenes at the end of the episode really made up for it. The last, I want to say a fourth, right? The last quarter of the episode was fantastic. So let's start with that. Let's start with the good stuff, and then we'll get into some of the earlier stuff in the episode afterwards. So let's start with Rick. So we see Rick at the beginning. He kind of wakes up, and some weird scenes with this, like they're taking pictures of him, that kind of thing, and like sculpt. Jadis is so weird, right? Like do like a sculpture of him after something, time for after what? So the question of the episode title. So at the end we find out what the after is, and it's that the scavengers. It seems like they keep people in line, or part of what they do is they use zombies to kind of feed people too, which we've kind of seen before with Winslow last season. But we kind of see something somewhat similar again with maybe a new version, like a 2.0 they're working on that they haven't quite finished yet, as they bring out the zombie on the pole. And we see maybe one of the most exciting scenes in the episode where Rick has to kind of fight his way away from it, and he's able to actually do so, which was really intense and a really great sequence there, as he's able to kind of get it away and then get it close down, like kind of back and forth, and then the head kind of comes off, and then he goes, so he's able to get the gun away from Jadis, get her down, and they get the zombie head right beside her, so everybody kind of stands down. So I really like this one. It's kind of like an alpha show, or Rick is just showing how how good they really are, how dangerous him and the survivors are, and why the Junkyard Group should fear them, or should be afraid of doing this, and should join forces with them, even given what's happened before at the end of season 7 and everything. So I love those sequences. I thought they were awesome. It was really cool to see Rick kind of get them back on their side. And it's within character for them, too. People would say, well, it doesn't make sense that they'd swap back. Actually, I mean, if you look at the season 7 finale, they're not really loyal to anybody. And they're kind of like, their loyalty seems to kind of change as the weather changes. Like they can just, and that's what they've done before. So depending on the deal. So a fourth, if they're able to defeat Negan, if they're able to kill him, then these scavengers will get 1/4 of everything, and she says yes. So that was kind of cool. What she says is like say yes was one of the episode titles from last season, I believe. So that was kind of cool. So I love the scene. It was really cool. And then we get kind of a bit of a disjointed scene here, so we kind of see it from Rick's perspective later on about some things that happened afterwards that we didn't quite kind of fill in. So of course it raises questions for the mid-season finale. It builds the mid-season finale so that all of us are really excited to see the 90-minute mid-season finale, to see what happened here, what's going on, and what happened and what's going on. Right, there's another episode title for Walking Dead. So yeah, it's gonna be an exciting mid-season finale for sure. This one was really good setup for that, but had enough in it in itself that it was exciting too. So I loved all the stuff with the Junkyard Group. Loved the stuff with Rick in this one, and also the water tower was really cool. Fans of the Walking Dead comic book series, if you haven't read the Walking Dead comic book series, no big deal. It's just that there's an Easter egg there with the water tower where you have Rick, and there's something that happens in the Whisper War later on where there's a character death related to a water tower in the Whisper War. So I won't spoil who it is or anything like that, but it was pretty clever. They put that in there, and kind of a nice kind of just Easter egg, or just kind of maybe something to reference for, maybe for somebody in the show, don't know, we'll have to see, kind of them, I guess, winking at the audience a little bit for the kind of the more hardcore fans that have read, the Whisper of War all the way through at this point. So that was wicked cool. I love that. And kind of the questions it raises at the end there, just how many saviors went down, what happened to the walkers, did they have enough ammo to just kill them all, just all the different possibilities. Did they get stuck in the stairs or something, and then they were just able to kind of pile up and block and then, finish off the rest? Not sure. But it looks like the saviors did pretty well. It was a no way out situation for them, but it looks like they did pretty well. But we know the saviors are tough, so that kind of makes sense. Even if you get some of them, still it's going to be tough to take them all down. So that was really wicked cool. Really liked all that stuff. And the scenes with Daryl, Morgan, Tara, Rosita, Michonne, the truck. I love when Daryl drives that truck, and that was so exciting, man. You see all the zombies going through, and the cinder block, or I was thinking like a brick, you weigh down the pedal, right? Like a cinder block on there, and just boom. And then at first I was like, I wasn't sure if it worked, and then they zoomed in, you see the zombies kind of walking in and just kind of tearing face as they go through. So that was wicked cool. That's got to be one of the best parts of this episode for sure. Maybe my favorite, to see that all happen and them kind of get out so cleanly. It just worked like perfectly. So that was really cool. So I did really, really enjoy that. So those are those two parts. Morgan had some cool stuff, putting down fire, covering fire and that kind of thing for them. And so that was all well. That all looked really good. I really enjoyed that and thought that part was really exciting with Daryl driving in. So that's those two. So all the other stuff of the Sanctuary. So let's try to get into this. It's a little bit trickier to review when we have kind of an episode that's not bottled off. This one, really, the biggest character concentration in terms of time, I think, would probably be Eugene in this episode. He probably had more camera time than anybody else. But because you added in these extra elements here, it really made it fun. And that's one of the things I'm looking forward to most about this mid-season finale, is that you're going to get, different scenes from all these different, characters all around, and you kind of, you have more of a war, you have more of kind of a world type of point of view rather than just, a Rick type of point of view, which, is working really well, I think, this season. I really like the way they're doing it, and it fits really well. So on to the stuff with Eugene at the Sanctuary and Dwight. So I really liked pretty much all the scenes, the marking and everything between Dwight and Eugene, as well as Gabriel kind of being in there too, because he's infected. He's not feeling good. Eugene is morally torn right now. He doesn't really know what to do. He's stone cold Negan at one part, so he comes off as totally villainous at one part. And in this one, I was kind of rooting for Dwight in a lot of these scenes. Like when Dwight, that's a pretty intense scene as well too, when Dwight has the gun to the back of his head and he's considering like, should he kill Eugene or not? Because the thing is it's Eugene is kind of harmless. Dwight has killed before, a lot of different people, and even the guy at the beginning of season 7, if you guys remember the one guy. So it felt a bit similar to that for me, and I did enjoy that. It was an intense scene. I didn't think that he was going to kill Eugene at any kind of point, but he was able to stop him by shooting down his kite MP3 player, which was cool. And some nice callbacks to season 7 with Sasha, some nice reminders, as well as a reminder from Rosita to that part of the war, because that is still part of the war, even though it started last season. So I liked all the stuff between Dwight and Eugene this episode. I thought it was really good and pretty exciting for a lot of it. Some good stuff for Eugene. Let's see, the conversations with Negan were kind of funny. If things don't get fixed soon, a lot of people are going to die. And then he goes to like kiss the ring type of thing. That's funny, but Eugene, this is a handshake. So that was really funny. We get kind of the boombox talk, and kind of, you can see kind of, and that was nice too, right? The activation goes through. He's like, he figures out, he's like, speakers. Oh, shit, that's what we got to do, man. He's able to kind of put it all together. He's able to figure out what he's going to do and how he's going to pull them all away. So yeah, do the right thing. The talk of religion, it's absurd, right? So Eugene, I think we could say Eugene is probably an atheist. So that's good. And I think that's there's a lot of different lines in it that we could probably go over. But I'll just say generally, I did like a lot of it, even though there were a few parts here and there that were a little bit a little bit slower. There was Dr. Carson there as well too. Kind of seemed to go, and then you had Eugene kind of watch Gabriel at that point, give him water and stuff like that as he kind of makes him choke for a bit. So Negan is finished. Yeah, so the stuff with Dwight. So yeah, just to recap, love that stuff. Was rooting for Dwight in this one. Kind of hate Eugene sometimes. Kind of, feel sorry for him in another way that he's so torn between the groups and he doesn't know what to do. He wants to save and help the saviors, but at the same time, if they do that, Negan will. If Negan wins, he's going to kill everybody. So Eugene is kind of right in the middle with that one, and playing a good villain, I think. So as we go through here, all around really good episode. Had some good, definitely some good parts near the end there, and I did enjoy it quite a bit. So in terms of score, so I'm going to give this one a 9.5 out of 10. I thought it was a really good episode. Just like I said, a little slow in the first half, but certainly the back half made up for it. So I enjoyed a lot of it, and yeah, for sure. You guys can leave your usual, comments below with any questions you have for the Q&As, that kind of stuff. Maybe some things we get into a little bit more or look a little bit closer at because there's just so much in the episode. But yeah, aside from that, I'll be back again for the predictions video in an hour for you guys. I hope you liked the episode, and 1 week left, man. It's kind of sucks. One episode left, but it was an exciting episode 7. Definitely not a letdown for me because of the last 20 minutes or so. So exciting stuff. We'll see what happens in the mid-season finale, and I'll give you guys my thoughts after this video, predictions for what I think is going to happen in the mid-season finale. So that'll be it for this video, guys. If you liked it, please thumb it up below. Please like it. You can share, you can favorite. And if you're new and you want to subscribe to the channel, I would appreciate it, and you can do it. You can subscribe at the bottom. Be sure to leave a comment and be sure to subscribe. That's it for this one. I'll see you guys again soon for another video. As always, this is Trev, and I'm saying peace. Later, guys. See ya.